Welcome back to the channel. I hope you all are having a great day. So this is going to be an update video for Bitcoin MYK. Been a little while since we've done an update video. We have been, of course, dealing with the pandemic, but also carving out what we believe is going to be a new way forward for the project. Um, the interesting thing about what's happening around the world is it makes it ever so more the uh, useful situation for Bitcoin MYK in that a lot of the project is based on the model of universal basic income, creating a cryptocurrency or making it this usable currency. And to be able to do that effectively, you're going to need a large amount of users, right? One reason the US dollar is so popular because it has a great deal of adoption. And so once a currency starts to be implemented and everyone's using it, the uses come out of that, right? Remittance payments, you can send value across the globe fast, free. These are quite valuable services provided you have the network established. And so what Bitcoin MYK is trying to do is it's trying to integrate itself well into the cryptocurrency space. And one way we found to do that is by being able to pair up with other cryptocurrencies. And right now, we want to talk about the Bitcoin MYK Ethereum pairing here over on the Waves platform, right? That's going to be the easiest way to trade Bitcoin MYK in a direct trading pair against Ethereum. Um, and so if you're an Ethereum holder, you can just send your Ethereum over there. Also, Ethereum has, according to my research, became probably the best of all cryptocurrencies. Not only is it become the king of something I find is useful, smart contracts, security wise, some would argue that it is more secure than Bitcoin. It is also can be argued as more decentralized um, in that there does exist the ability to still mine Ethereum, right? GPU mine it. And so there's just a lot of strengths to Ethereum, and that's starting to come out as well as the mass of Ethereum. What I mean by mass is that if you look at something like Bitcoin that went from 1 penny all the way to $2 million, or I'm sorry, to $20,000, which represent a 2 million% return, drop back down, still somewhere about a million% plus return. My belief is that the mass of Bitcoin has built up so great that to think in retrospect, if you want to double your money on Bitcoin, imagine it would have to jump to well over $20,000 now just to double it. And there are so many other projects out here in cryptocurrency that present a lot of potential for a great deal more returns than Bitcoin, I think, and realistic that they're going to do it, such as Ethereum. And so I think this is going to be a great trading pair, especially for people who are interested in Bitcoin MYK. But it's just they don't have it's not on their chain or something like that. You can trade it against Ethereum in a direct trading pair here on the Waves Exchange. Takes you like less than 5 minutes to get an account set up in a wallet. Very fast, very convenient to use. And I just love the Waves platform. I think it's bar none one of the best exchanges out there. Um, Also, want to talk a little bit about the situation here with BSV. The BSV chain has also become one of my favorite chains. And Craig Wright has published a series called The Theory of Bitcoin. Um, and on the channel, we're going to be exploring that a little bit. And a lot of people don't like Craig Wright. But it is clear that Craig Wright is someone who's at the dawn of Bitcoin, seems to know a lot, seems to know a lot of people who are either Satoshi or he's either Satoshi or they were Satoshi. And so these things aren't things I think we can deny. You know, he does have a very highly valued cryptocurrency. I don't think these are accidental occurrences. And sometimes we can allow our emotions to get the best of us and not see clearly what's happening. So whatever Craig Wright is, what is clear is the Bitcoin Satoshi vision is establishing itself in the cryptocurrency space, and it does seem a lot more on par with much of the research and understanding we could get from Bitcoin. Many of the things that Bitcoin has become seems to us quite foreign from where it started. So it's hard for us to speculate and extrapolate any further on how Bitcoin or how the actual Bitcoin should be. Seeing that Satoshi, with the exception of if you believe Craig Wright, is saying what Bitcoin is, there's nobody else really out there who can say what Bitcoin was meant to be. And because of that, we're kind of caught in a bad situation where we do not know if Bitcoin is truly fulfilling what it was meant to be. That being important because sometimes when something is designed to create it, if it's not used for its original purpose, then there could be problems with that. For example, Bitcoin, this very highly speculative device now, doesn't do a whole lot in the department of use, but it does a great deal in the department of gambling. So that's something to think about how far, of course, that is. But Bitcoin Satoshi Vision, quite the interesting product. And we have a direct trading pair with Bitcoin Satoshi Vision. So for those of you who are fans of Bitcoin Satoshi Vision or Ethereum, or you're already a Bitcoin MYK holder, just want to be able to move that value back and forth. We're in the early stages now where we're creating a network and a framework where this cryptocurrency that works as a universal bridge cryptocurrency can move throughout several chains. This is also very important because with the amount of growth we're expecting, it is not inconceivable for us to see Bitcoin MYK have 50 to 100 million user accounts. That is not a mistake estimate. To us, that is a very realistic estimate. And the more you observe this product and learn about it, I think you'll start to agree why that can happen. Mass growth and mass scale, with so many people having access to the same wallets and value, it just becomes much easier to trade within that cryptocurrency, as well as many other features like our deflationary quality, which I think works ultimately more so better than many other cryptocurrencies. So let's show you some other stuff that's going on with us, what you can do with this product as we continue with this video. Okay, we're here on memo.satoshivision.sv. Welcome to the Bitcoin Social Network, your blockchain technology. So to explain this, what is happening here is the Holy Grail. One of the more, what would seem to me to be best routes to take in cryptocurrency is this relationship of cryptocurrency directly into our social media. And to help you understand that, just imagine what Facebook has been attempting to do for the last few years, and that is take a social network that has a user base of about $2.5 billion, couple that with a cryptocurrency, and you have a global money that is easier, more convenient, and can be sent free any place in the world. And it is a very harmonious thing. It's almost just the obvious way to go. It almost makes one think what would be the need for many other projects that exist where you could just integrate a token this way into a bigger project. Of course, Facebook's having some legal issues with that. A lot of people don't want that. They seem like they could be a competition for many of these fiat currencies. And if you look at something like our project, Bitcoin MYK, as we understand it to be this social media Bitcoin-like-ish site, how would we reach comparably something like Facebook, seeing that many other projects can't do it? Well, the answer is simple, and the answer is been with us a long time now, and that is in universal basic income. Who requires universal basic income? It is quite possible that over 80% of the globe would say yes to universal basic income. That means they will say yes to a cryptocurrency that would provide that, similar to a situation like Facebook, but everyone would own the network because that value would be distributed back out to them just for participating in that network. That is what's happening with Bitcoin MYK. The differences between Bitcoin MYK and other cryptocurrencies who attempt to do this and attempt to mass adopt is they do not have the universal basic income feature attached to it. So that means that people aren't going to be as incentivized and motivated to get aboard. Once everybody is aboard our network and the growth is there, the value is there, and then this becomes a lot more easier to push forward. I want to take a look at some of the tokens here to help us all understand just how this works. And as you see right here, these are established tokens on within this social network. And it basically is just that you're able to post, you're able to do traditional things you do on social media, do post tweets, drop pictures, videos, etc. And you can basically, it's already integrated into the social network. So the Bitcoin MYK token already integrated into this social network, and it trades against BSV coins, right? Bitcoin Satoshi Vision token. So for people who do believe Craig Wright is Satoshi, or just big fans of Bitcoin Satoshi Vision, not only are you able through this platform to still trade in your Bitcoin Satoshi Vision and still use be part of that blockchain, you're able to take these tokens, this tokenization of projects on the Bitcoin Satoshi's Vision network and trade against that. So that means that all these are on the same network. So if somebody looks at Bitcoin MYK and they say, why are you using the Bitcoin branding? It's a fraud, it's a scam. Well, consider it is on the Bitcoin Satoshi Vision chain, right? This is tokenized through them. And so, in retrospect, if you believe Bitcoin Satoshi Vision is the real Bitcoin, then this could be Bitcoin NYK could be looked at as a companion to it. You know, not that it is it. It exists on the same chain, and it will be trade against Bitcoin Satoshi Vision. So that's some of the news we wanted to bring you guys. We thought you'd be very interested in that. Just give you a look at what the platform looks like. Go to polls, and you can get an idea. And if you just think about it, things you do anyway. You're online, right? You imagine you could earn cryptocurrency, right? And from these various posts, right? And so a little bit better, right? A little bit better than just posting and not getting anything. There are other projects like this, Steam, Hive, that in recent times I've done videos where I've denounced many of the deposit systems, although I think they do work well as a currency. I've denounced them because to me they feel very pyramid-like, right? They have these people in these very power vacuum systems in charge, and they can do many things from censorship to controlling the value of money on that network. And it's not as decentralized in any shape or form like Bitcoin would be, or Bitcoin Satoshi Vision, or Bitcoin Cash, right? None of the major Bitcoins it would be like that. But the way Bitcoin NYK is set up and run on the Bitcoin Satoshi Vision network, you could have a much more better experience in that way. And I think it would be safer network security wise to keep your money on more secure networks that are going to be much more difficult to be hacked or something to that group, or you lose account access. The other problem is there are many chains and projects that exist that, in my opinion, shouldn't exist and shouldn't be out there. And I think they've created a lot more confusion to the space than helped it. Although I'm not against competition, but there is a point in time where there are networks that aren't very secure, and these networks aren't going to have millions or billions of dollars upon them. And I think that they can be problematic to the network, right? So this is some stuff been going on with the Bitcoin MYK project. I think you're going to really love the direction we're going in. Let's show you some of the last things we're doing here. Look at the price and some concepts with Bitcoin MYK. Okay. At this point as well, what BitcoinMYK.com is seeking is we're now seeking venture capital. Now, in cryptocurrency, this is one of the success patterns of many of the most successful cryptocurrencies. We know that projects like EOS receive well over hundreds of millions of dollars from venture capitalist packages. And venture capital loves cryptocurrency projects because of the tremendous return that it can present for their portfolios. Now, of course, they need projects that do have a future and do have value. So let's discuss that a little bit and help us understand how projects get evaluated. So if we go back to the early 2000s at the genesis of many of these social networks, the US government was valuing many of these social networks at about $11 per account, data provided, email, so on and so forth. By the point of the Facebook IPO, the numbers had swelled to something like $200 per account. What we do know is that accounts, data, information, emails do have a value, and if you're running a project, then that value is going to be placed upon on you, and that's how it's going to be evaluated over the life of that account. And that's of course many revenue stream possibilities get presented, especially based on how you've constructed your project, based on the users, how many accounts that you have on your network. Um, to date, wallet wise, we have nearly approaching 14,000 wallets over the exchanges. And with low level KYC direct registration to the site, we're right at the eve of 5,000 accounts. You can begin to see the growth pattern and a tremendous amount of value that could come out of a project like this. Um, Also, seeing that we really haven't done any marketing at all, it's really just been kind of many projects and cryptocurrencies have used marketing agencies and firms. We have not yet done that, but provided that we secure venture capital funds, we will certainly be doing that. And obviously, I believe that will move us and propel us forward a great deal in that. But the model that we've designed, which is in concept similar to the deflationary idea of Bitcoin, only it's more deflationary, in short, meaning that once we're on par with the 21 million coins that Bitcoin has, we will drop below that down to 5 million and maybe ultimately even down to a million to create the tokenomics and gamification. Uh, Now, to help you understand, and some people might say, well, why are you doing that? What difference does it make? Why not just set your same supply? Well, these are part of the attractive pricing mechanism. To help you understand this, when you watch a advertisement for a food or beverage or something, you might see catchy prices like $1.99, 99 cents, 49.99, or something like that. And it's similar in traditional investing as well, where you create attractive pricing in assets, where you can have them split to a certain degree, whether it be reduced or if you create more. Um, Ultimately, value wise, the network hasn't changed, but the perception and the psychological view of it has changed. And these are factors that don't get included a lot into the marketplace that should, because they're very effective strategies. So it is a type of gamification in that, but it does not um, take away from the value of the account holders in the network itself, right? It's very important to understand that this deflationary quality also creates a sense of urgency for people to get in, understanding that when you're in at a certain point of time, when you take action and you don't wait, it rewards the user. So these are part of a lot of how cryptocurrency has run, but it's also very important we understand that true value use cases is what's really ultimately going to tell the tale of these cryptocurrencies. That the reason that many of us, left traditional investing and went to crypto was to get away from the shell game, right? To get away from printing more money, to get away from market manipulation, as it were, through either the system itself or the government. And come to cryptocurrency and create similar models that do the same thing. I think it's not why many people got in cryptocurrency. I think many got into it for accountability, being able to watch that ledger, so that people aren't somehow manipulated and stealing our value, which is what they could do in traditional investment. So we want to keep with that theme. And I think Bitcoin MYK does a really good job of that and trying to help us understand value, right? Value, how we get it, how it's derived from the shell game, from the Ponzi schemes, from the pyramid schemes, through the market manipulation, through the day trading fiascos, right? And so to do that, we got to get a grasp on real value. What does real value look like? It looks like something like when you could build a social network worth $650 billion based on freemium services, meaning that people are using this network, but they aren't taking any money directly out of their pockets, right? It's very powerful to have freemium services, affiliate programs, referral programs. Many of these successful projects have that. And I think cryptocurrency, and I think our confusion of the definition of decentralization, which we tend to believe has more to do with a machine segregating computers than the outcome of how much wealth is held overall by the network. Is your representation on that network fair, or is it just a minoritized group control that? So I think we miss all the more important aspects of decentralization, trying to focus on the these less important things, I would say, right? So that's where we're headed now. We are in talks with several venture capitalist firms and hoping that we can secure a good amount of funding so we could go on with our Bitcoin fork, or more accurately, an airdrop, because although we're on what I believe to be the true Bitcoin chains, as far as Bitcoin Core goes, the biggest wallet holders are there. They don't necessarily believe that. And so, because it won't be a hard fork off the network, many people will say that it's not a true fork. So in that manner, we may have to shift it to airdrop, but of course, securing funds so we can pay for marketing campaigns, get on some major exchanges, and get funds from venture capitalists would work very well for BitcoinMYK.com. Okay, taking a look at Bitcoin MYK over some exchanges right now. The Steam Engine Exchange seemingly, at this point in time, our most actively traded exchange, and these are early days. And I would like to think we're more in the store value build up stage, where you're going to see a lot of value over time built into Bitcoin MYK before it then basically starts to basically come down and become a more stable or stabilized coin. And then in which case you might get to see it then at more over the span of a large network, more in line with what we would deem to be more of a global currency. And that's why we have the Universal Bridge feature, where you can actually send Bitcoin MYK that you own to several chains, right? Through our gateway fork system. So this is a currency that can chain hop, right? You can have Bitcoin MYK on the Steam blockchain, and it can be sent over to the Bitcoin Cash blockchain or Bitcoin Satoshi Vision blockchain, or you can trade it against Ethereum, right, over on Waves. So that's why it's very important that to accommodate our growth and our part in this cryptocurrency space, we be able to ever expand, because we're expecting large numbers here, right? It's a universal basic income project. 80% of the globe would be something like 6 million people or something. Now, is that going to happen? Probably not. I'm sorry, 6 billion people. Not going to probably happen, right? Probably not going to get close to Facebook, but you can see the huge amount of potential. here that even if we would get a fraction of some of those numbers, it's going to be a very highly valuable product, I believe. At least that's what I believe. But as you can see here, as the sale orders are coming through, and these are fractions of a pennies right now. Very limited supply. Remember that supply is going to diminish ever and ever again. But people are able to pick up the coins for very little at this point in time, and because of that, they can probably make good profits. 100 times, 1,000 times, 10,000% times, as it's now presenting itself as a store value. The value is going up. People are making some money, and they're doing their sell-offs, and they're still in profits from even selling at a low price, right? But as you can see, there does seem to be a floor. It does seem to be an area where sellers don't want to go below, right? There's an area that they don't want to go below. So that is the market, or this particular market anyway, suggesting to you the value of this product. Also remember, it is a free cryptocurrency. It's a free to the people. We work on something called a proof of participation model. So it's quite interesting that it has the value it has. I think that's a good thing. And I think we're going to see a lot of more great things happen from this project. But I just want to update you all. If you have any questions or comments or concerns, we're going to leave a link to our Discord group. You can, we have a chat room live support on our main website. You can ask questions there. But we believe, and I know this is our project, I don't want to be tooting our own horns here. But if I were to just sit back and look at many projects in cryptocurrency, and if I were honest and not biased, I think I could still say Bitcoin MYK to me is probably, if not the best cryptocurrency project. It would have to be like number 2 or 3 or something. Simply because of the setup and the blueprint of it and how it's been thought out towards into the future. I don't know many cryptocurrency projects that really know what's going to become of them in the future. I think Bitcoin MYK has isolated down over the next 4 or 5 years pretty much what it's going to do and what it's going to become. And I think it follows some very logical reasoning, some very sound reasoning, and I've tried my best to try to come up with something that I felt would work. Many people initially didn't want to touch this project. They said Bitcoin MYK is, or I'm sorry, Universal Basic Income is socialism. They said that giving away free things mean it has no value. But many economists disagree with this, and this is why many economists have pushed and support universal basic income. You can look it up, that it has a type of market stimulus that happens that I have identified and put into the Bitcoin MYK project. So I would certainly challenge many to rethink what they think they know about universal basic income, but as well just challenge many of the projects and economic models being presented as if they are what they say they are. Are they inflation heavy? Will they hold? Will you really make money, or are you in danger to losing a lot of your money? So I do encourage you to really study these tokenomics, and in our Discord, on our website. If we're not around, we generally get back, answer questions, and engage by means of the most education we can give in the cryptocurrency space to let you know what are some ways to look at cryptocurrency, and what we believe are some tenets in cryptocurrency that have to work based on the math, right? But that's all I want to say in this video. If you like content like this, don't forget to like, subscribe. Make sure you join the Bitcoin MYK project. You can get free cryptocurrency in this, and it can still have value, and you in turn can still have value. It's called network effect. It's called branding effect, and you'll just be surprised how many ways projects can gain value. And we like to think we're setting a new example on how to go about that. And because it's never quite been done before like this, we believe that's more reason to believe it will work. But that's all I want to say in this video. If you like content like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, take care.